What's up, guys? Hope you're all having a superb day whenever you're watching this. So, getting back at you with the second solo podcast, of course. So, it's a little bit of an update with me. Nothing's really changed from last week, apart from the fact that I'm a lot more hungry from not eating all the food and just trying to stick to a deficit, really. But I'm a lot leaner than I was, which is good. Strength's really good in the gym. Performance is probably the best it's ever been in my life. Definitely closing in on a deload, but again, that's just going to be auto-regulated. I'm kind of training really well in every session at the moment, so I don't really want to deload unless I get the signs to. And the signs are different for each person. Sorry. For me, the sign usually is not wanting to train and just feeling tired and wanting to sleep pre-workout rather than actually train. But at the moment, I'm not feeling like that at all. I feel definitely fatigue post session, 100%, because I'm just, doing shit in the gym that's just stuff that I've always thought I may be able to do, but I'm actually doing it now. So it's really difficult, to be honest. It's psychologically hard and physically very taxing training how I train. And other guys who train in a progressive overload manner will understand the intensity and the drive that it takes to do it. From a mental perspective as well, because you're kind of drained. Every set's hard. We're not doing feeder sets. We're not adding in sets each week. We're not trying to go from 1 week from doing an RIR of 3 to 4 to 5, slowly getting closer to fail, or vice versa the other way. So 3 reps from reserve 1 week, then it's 2, and then you deload. It's not how I like to train. Obviously that works 100% works, but it's just, for me, it doesn't really motivate me. In fact, if I was training like that and someone told me that's how to train, I probably wouldn't train anymore, to be honest, because it would just bore me too much. So training's going well. Body weight's just in the low 180s. I'm looking, to be fair, at this level of body weight, I'm actually not looking that bad. I'm actually really not. I'm not really that fat at all. I had a look at myself today, post workout, and I'm really not that fat. Really not. I'm actually, for this weight, my body composition is arguably probably the best it's ever been around this weight. I think I look better now than I did at 165 pounds, to be honest. So looks like we'll keep that going. Obviously, we're in a bit of a deficit at the moment, which is fine. So we'll just keep doing that, keep plugging away at that. Obviously, I coach myself, so I just call all the shots. And this comes on to, by the way, guys, I've got loads of questions. I'm going to try and keep it under 30 minutes, though, because otherwise, you're going to get bored of looking at my chubby face for more than 30 minutes. So we're not going to have it longer than that. But this comes down to a question someone asked me the other day. Well, not someone, Joey. I can't remember his surname. I was just trying to find it on my phone. Someone called Joey asked me if I ever be coached again, and that's a good question. The answer to that is potentially, maybe. I mean, I kind of like being in control. I kind of like calling the shots and what I do. And I suppose I may find what I would find is, because obviously I'm knowledgeable and I know my body better than anyone else knows my body. If someone made a decision that I would think, I don't quite agree with that, I think it would just cause a problem, because ultimately I'd say, well, I'd question it, and if I don't agree with it, I'm not going to do it. I don't care if I'm being coached or not. So I think I'm probably veering down the side of and the road of going to just be coaching myself full stop forever. I have definitely thought about it. No word of a lie. I have thought about it. If I was to get a coach and go, I would 100% go back with AJ. I wouldn't look elsewhere. Actually, so if I was to go back under someone's coaching, it would be AJ for sure. Obviously, he coached me for a long time, and he's a great coach, so I'd go back to him. But quite frankly, I just like being in control, and I think that's the way it's going to stay. I just don't like being told what to do, pretty much, when it comes to my own physique and nutrition and training. I just wouldn't like it. So that answers the question, one of the questions. Anyway, going into these questions, I've got 8 here, I think. 7 or 8, or maybe even 9. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions. Okay, shit. So there's a lot of questions here. So I'm going to try and get through these in under 30 minutes. So, CWC Fitness, which is Connor, he asked, short, medium, and long-term goals, business and personal. Great question. So let's first off look at personal. So when I say personal, I assume it means kind of physique related. So the short, medium, and long term goal. So the short term goal at the moment is to just continue progressing my lifts at a rate it has been, and just continue getting extremely strong. That's going to be the goal at the moment when it comes to my own training. Medium would be the same, like from a medium, like short term would be just keep doing what I'm doing when it comes to training. Medium would be just keep doing what I'm doing because I don't plan on stepping on stage for a while. So yeah, medium would just be stay, like make sure I don't get too fat, keep getting extremely strong in the gym, and just kind of just progress my lifts up to a point at which I'm turning around and saying to myself, shit, Jack, that's kind of crazy. Like today I did the 52.5 kilo dumbbells for 4, and I'd never done that, and I've never held one of them in my life. And I did the 50s before that for 6, and again, I've never ever touched that in my life. Then I did 45 for 10, and it's like, shit like that I've never done. Long-term goal when it comes to my own personal goals, when it comes to like training, would 100% to be a WNBF natural pro bodybuilder. That's the long-term goal, and it's a goal that I'm very confident that I will fulfill at some point. I'm not sure when, but I believe I'll get it done. With just the mindset I have, I know I will get it done. But that's probably the long-term goal when it comes to training and my own stuff, my own kind of bodybuilding endeavors. Outside of bodybuilding, it would just be obviously it's all kind of relative, but it would be get incredibly strong in the gym and just get to levels of strength that I look at people and I think that's crazy. Like for example, I'd like a 4-plate back squat, like a 5-plate deadlift, 60 kilo dumbbell presses, 3-plate incline Smith presses, 3-plate high incline shoulder presses, stuff like that. Stuff that I'd always just thought I'd never be able to do, like T-bar row, 7, 8, 9-plate T-bar rows, shit like that. That's what I'm obsessed with when it comes to my own training. That's where I'm at mindset wise. From a business goal, so this is a good question. This leads on to another good question from Connor. So short term would be when you say short term, I would definitely say short term is this year. Well, this year is going to be a very testing, challenging year on every aspect for me, because obviously I'm being in a position where I'm managing preps for clients, and I've got 15 clients prepping for shows this year. So that's a lot of work actually, and I'm ready to work. I really am ready to work very hard this year and make sure that I do my absolute best. So short-term goals would be to just keep offering and giving the best level of service that I can to each and every one of my clients. Also, like a medium-term goal would be to release my website, which is not really medium because that's going to be happening in the next month. But that's another goal, and then start releasing content on that weekly, every 3-4 times a week, and that's going to have to come from getting a videographer and actually getting them to film me in the gym, and paying them, because quite frankly I don't want to do that, because if I do that it takes away from my training, and that's not the goal. The goal is to train, not to film. So I don't mind talking to the camera at all, but I just don't want to have to ask someone to do it. Or when I say ask someone, I mean one of my friends, or have to hold the camera like this. It's just fuck that. I'm training. I don't want to do that. So I don't mind I'll pay someone to film me, and that will be obviously content for you guys. And then long-term business goals would be pretty much just I'm in a position now. I love my life. I love my training. I love my coaching, and it would just be to just keep on doing what I'm doing. Like, I'm happy with my coaching. I enjoy it. It's not work at all. I get up in the morning and I'm like, okay, I'll go to work. But realistically, I go to work and this is work. I get out of bed and come here and talk to people about training and nutrition. I mean, it's not really work. It's kind of what you called kind of living a lifestyle that's amazing. And I'm very, 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 I'm not going to say lucky, because I've worked extremely hard to get here, but I'm in a position where I am very happy doing what I'm doing. So long term, it would just be to keep on doing what I'm doing, really. Just keep improving every aspect of me and myself when it comes to my knowledge, my coaching abilities, my ability to get more experience in the industry, stuff like that. But when you find somewhere where you're happy and you like your life and you're enjoying your job, I don't see the point in looking to change shit like that, because I enjoy it. So It's not like I'm doing this for a year and then I'm going to try and do something I like. Well, I'm already doing something that I love, so I'm kind of already at a point where I'm really happy, and it's just going to be about refining and refinement when it comes to my physique, my coaching, my content, my knowledge, which stuff is just always improving daily anyway from just doing what I'm doing and just, learning more. So good question, Connor. Good question, mate. So getting up another question now. So from Caitlin Garden. So where did you learn the ins and outs of training? Another great question. Superb question. So where did I learn it? I would say a lot of what I've learned has been from doing it, from being in it, from living it. I think when you're in a position where you are living something, you're gonna have to adapt and learn. I mean, I have done I do listen to, not so much now, which I need to get back into, and I will be honest, but like before Christmas, I was listening to making sure that I was listening to a podcast a day, stuff that that's relevant to me and my coaching, stuff that I want to learn more about that I can apply to my clients and my own training. But I would say the brunt of my knowledge has come from experience, from learning off people who are more knowledgeable than me. Like there's a few people out there who are just so clued up, and I look up to so much. Like the most knowledgeable people I think about who I've learned a lot of would be people I love Steve Hall. I think Steve Hall's incredible, like ridiculously knowledgeable. I don't necessarily enjoy the way that his training philosophies are, which I understand completely, but I just don't enjoy it. But he's very knowledgeable. So I've learned a lot from people like him. I learned a lot from some guy I've been following for a while, called Callum Raystrick. I think that's how you pronounce his surname. He's also just incredibly knowledgeable, and everything I see, I literally read like 10 times because he's just incredible. And the results he's getting with his clients are just unbelievable. So people like him, I look up to hugely. He would have no idea who I am, but I look up to him a lot. And I think he's just so knowledgeable. So people like him, obviously people like AJ as well, who's incredibly knowledgeable too. And again, I've learned a lot of him from him. If that makes sense. So he's been awesome. Jordan Peters, trained by JP, probably my favorite individual when it comes to training. When it just comes to mindset, I love that guy. I find him so inspiring, and obviously very, very knowledgeable as well, right? When it comes to training and execution, Callum and Joe Bennett, that I'm actually a member of Joe Bennett's site when it comes to training and execution, and again, fucking incredible knowledge, ridiculous stuff that I don't know about, no clue about, and that's why I'm learning, because you can't expect to know everything, and if you think you know everything, you need to definitely change that mindset, because you don't, and as soon as you say you do, that's when your learning stops. So people like that I've learned, loads off. Anyone else off the top of my head? Maybe, potentially. I follow loads of people on Instagram, like Tom Max, very knowledgeable, learn a lot of him. Jack Gadigan, very knowledgeable, learn a lot of him. Corinne, Jordan's partner, so knowledgeable, loads of her. I'm sure there's more people. If I missed you out, I'm sorry, but I don't think I have missed anyone out. I'm pretty sure I've covered everyone. Let me just have a really quick brief on my Instagram at the top, because I usually watch people that I'm quite fond of, or I like learning from. Jack Thorburn, again, crazy knowledge. Just another one that I thought I'd not shout out, but just incredible knowledge. So I learned a lot of him. He also is really knowledgeable. AJ's partner, Danny, love her stuff. Think she's incredible. Very good. Just scrolling through the top to see who I can see, and I'm just like, yeah, absolutely. Anyone else in here? James Hollingshead's amazing. I learn a lot of him, especially when it comes to mindset. Looks like him. Oh, Chris. What's his surname again? Chris Barakat, very knowledgeable. Always watch his stuff. So, guys, all of these people's names that I'm saying, go and follow them and literally read all their shit, because they're the best the best of the best. Mark Brown, really knowledgeable. Again, incredible guy. Really good physique. Knowledge is just through the roof. So, follow him. I'm just seeing so many people, so I'm just having to say all their names, really. Harry Ranson, really knowledgeable, crazy knowledge, very clever, very smart, really nice guy as well. Probably one of my favourite people to follow as well, who's really smart as well and delivers a no bullshit approach, would be Mike Harrison. He's fucking funny. I love this guy. He's probably one of the funniest people I've ever met. This guy. He's a legend. Anyway, that's enough on this question because it's been fucking 15 minutes. Right. So all those people that I've spoke about, follow them all, learn off them all. If I missed you out, I'm really sorry. I genuinely have missed you because I'm sure there's other people. So, question, Serena Frankie. So, do you offer any help for people that cannot afford full-time coaching? Good question. So, I've actually been asked this loads recently. I don't make diet plans or training plans and just send them off. I don't do that. The reason why is because they don't work. You're never gonna, the whole point of coaching is you're coaching through a process. Sending over a diet plan to what you're gonna do, never anything else in your whole life, and your training's never gonna change. I just don't see that working. Actually, people who sell their 12-week plans on, all these stupid Instagram model people, they don't really care about your progress. They just want to get your money, which is pretty standard. Actually, doesn't surprise me. So when it comes to coaching, I just offer online coaching as a service because it gets results, and if you adhere and stick to it, it gets results. I really wouldn't say as well when it comes to finance. I would say that it's not crazy expensive. Obviously, it costs money because the service that you're getting is going to be good. So all my clients, I speak to them pretty much on the monthly. Most of them, obviously not all of them, but quite a lot of them daily, and it is a lot. It is a lot to manage, especially when you wake up and you have, on a Friday for me, I wake up and I have lots of messages and lots of check-ins, and it's like, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of time up to answer them because you answer them. Every question's answered to the individual, and it's not just. There are a lot of people who I'm sure who just give one-word answers and don't reply, but that's not what I'm about. So no, I don't offer anything else, unfortunately, because I just don't think it works. Quite frankly, coaching is what I offer, and with every client I work with, I get good results with. So I think of course, everyone's financial position is different, and I definitely understand that. But I am also a huge believer in if you want to afford it, I think you'll definitely make it a possibility. You'll just cut back on other things and then prioritize that. If that makes sense. But everyone I work with gets good results because they adhere, and I coach them through the process, and there we go. Simple. When you get someone who's willing to adhere and comply, it's just kind of when they're going to get there. Does that make sense? Like, you're always going to coach. If you do what your coach, if you listen to your coach, you learn off your coach, and you adhere to the plan, you will get results 110%. There's no doubt about it, ever. Okay. So when it comes to coaching, I just offer coaching, not like one-off training plans. I don't do that, and I never plan to, because I don't really do this to try and take everyone's money. I do it because I like it, and I like getting results to people, and I like helping them, not to try and earn an extra 50 quid for a training plan or whatever that people charge. So no, hope that makes sense. So it's not a question, but this is just a message from Cam Vers. Hello, Jack. Hello, mate. Hope you're good, dude. So, train with Miles, my client Miles. So, can I have quads like yours, please, when you were shredded? Well, you're probably going to have bigger quads than me, mate, to be honest, because my legs weren't crazy good. Well, they were all right, but they were just okay, I would say. But your legs, you know how big your legs are, mate. So, when we get you fully in, like I've said to you before, dude, it's pretty much down to you, because, mate, there's not many juniors of your level of muscularity, and I've told you this. So it's just going to be about getting all the fat off, and then seeing what's going on, really. But with the amount of muscle that you have, we both know what the goal is and what's possible. So we don't need to speak about that on here, because me and you know what the goal is and what we're aiming for. So we'll just leave it at that. But your quads are going to be better than mine, mate, 100%. So yeah, hope that answers your question, bud. You know where I am if you want to chat. Not like you speak to me every day anyway, so you had to ask me an Instagram question. So Good question. So this is from Christina Fitness. Thoughts on BCAAs intra-workout? Waste of money. So my thoughts. BCAAs are a complete waste of money. So I would say don't use them. What I would look to use would be an EAA product, essential amino acids. BCAAs are just expensive flavored water that pretty much serve no benefit whatsoever. So I'd look for an EAA or potentially a Pepto Pro, but immediately just don't buy BCAAs. I still can't believe they're sold. Actually, I can't believe people buy them. They don't do anything. They just do nothing. Apart from you just waste your money on flavored water. You may as well just get some, low sugar squash and just put that in your drink, pretty much, because they didn't do anything. EAAs absolutely, and Pepto Pro absolutely, but BCAA is just expensive water, really. So I hope that answers your question. So Daz a man from my client Darren Reed. So would you ever consider powerlifting? You're strong as fuck. No, I wouldn't ever consider powerlifting. It doesn't interest me to get strong on a 1 rep max. It doesn't really interest me, and I also think that the risk factors are very high, and I don't want to tear a quad or pull my back from trying to, perform a shit deadlift. And so doesn't interest me. I like to see what I can get strong on things like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 reps. I think being strong in those rep ranges serve way more benefit when it comes from a hypertrophy perspective. When it comes from just, trying to pattern your CNS, then 1s, 2s, and 3s, you can definitely adapt to stuff like that. But is that going to do much for muscle growth though? Maybe, maybe not. It could do. It could help with your other rep ranges. Like for example, the other day I did a 190 for 3, but I wasn't like going for 3. I was trying to get 4. I didn't get 4, but this week I'll get 4, and then I'll get 5, and then I'll get 6, and then I'm out of the 3 zone. Does that make sense? But would I ever consider doing a powerlifting meet? No, absolutely not. Couldn't say it interests me at all. No way. I just want to get strong in the 5 to 20 rep range, not ones. Singles just makes no sense. It just means pretty much asking for a quad tail or something. It just doesn't interest me. Moving load with with what appears to be poor form sometimes with some powerlifting guys. I don't know anything about powerlifting, but I'm just saying some of the stuff that you see. I see people squat like crazy weight. There's a few people I see squat in my gym with crazy weight, and they're pretty much just doing a good morning on every rep. And it's like, yeah, you're moving it, but you're just basically doing a good morning on every rep. And when you're squatting down, your back's just doing that. And it's like, it's probably okay in a powerlifting meet, but for me, it doesn't really apply. So no plans, no wants to do that. So that won't be happening anytime soon. So last question before I make this too long, just under 30 minutes is perfect. Because to be fair, if it's over and I'm watching someone, I don't want to watch it. So I probably watch a 28-minute podcast. Actually, I probably listen to it. So there's more chance in you listening to me for this period of time than it would be for an hour. So how would you deal with clients that want to push more in a diet phase even when on plan? Great question. Fucking awesome question. I love this kind of stuff. So how would you deal with that? You've got to just make sure that they don't push too hard, and you've got to explain to them the reasons why. So pushing too hard too soon in a dieting phase is going to see you pretty much in a hole quick. So for example, you get 4 weeks into a dieting phase and you drop calories drastically. So where are you going to go when your body needs to, when you need to pull more calories from your diet? If you go from 4,000 calories to 2,000 in a month, where the hell are you going to go after that? 1,500? Where's your gym performance going to go if you do that? Down the drain. Where's your muscle mass going to go? It's going to fuck off quick. And where's your strength going to go? It's going to fuck off even quicker. So, I mean, a lot of people want to push in a dieting phase, and I get it. Been there, done it. But I would say think about, explain to them the benefit of going at the process at a slower, more maintainable, manageable rate, which allows you to just pull calories nice and slow when you need to, increase your expenditure or cardio or steps, whatever you want to call it, and just pull food nice and slow, and just keep, knocking on that door, just keep losing a pound a week, just keep cracking away at that. And if you do that for months, you'll be in a position, you probably have a few good weeks where you lose a couple more than a pound. You'll be in a position where your food's still relatively okay, your training performance is still high, because at the end of the day, your training performance is going to dictate how you look on the stage, or or the end goal, photo shoot, lean, whatever the goal is. If you're putting things too aggressively, you're going to end up with less muscle than you need or wanted to have, which is going to affect your look, i.e. bodybuilding placing, or how you look in a photo shoot, or just how you look generally when you're lean. So explain to them the situation, explain to them the goal, and explain to them the rationale behind a slower approach and why we're not making changes weekly. Now, I see a lot actually of people complaining about their coach making adjustments even when they don't need them, which is fine. I mean, everyone's got their own opinions, and I'm definitely not here to slate or slag anyone off ever, because that's just not my game, and I'm not interested in that. I'd rather just, if someone has an opinion, I'd rather just learn off them and take in their advice and, move on, like take in what they have to say, listen, and then, take from it what I wish, rather than slagging it off. So I would say oh dear, the question's just, the iPhone's locked. So how do I deal with clients? I would just explain to them why we're taking a slower approach. I would just go over the benefits of being, being able to approach the dieting phase in a more sensible route. Pretty much, I would say it's more of a sensible option to not push really hard when you don't need to. But of course, there's going to be phases where someone needs to push. There was a phase last year where I was doing cardio every day. I was doing 30k steps, and I was on like 2,200 calories every day, and pretty much, guys, that's what it took to get the fat off, and I just had to do it. I genuinely can't think about mentally how I would do that again. Just goes to show you're not actually recovered from a prep, even though you're 7 months post show. I don't think mentally that I'm in a position where I could do that actually, which was, I don't know, scares me. It actually does, scares me. Because if you get lean, and you guys are watching this will know how it feels if you've actually got to that point, and it's like, it's no joke, basically. So that's pretty much all the questions, actually. Let me just make sure I haven't missed any. Make sure none have come in the last 10 minutes either. I doubt they have on the iPhone here. 1 second. Nope. We have no questions come in. So let's just check the DMs. No questions. We got some DMs, but we got no questions there. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Obviously, any questions on it, please ask. If you have any specific questions you want to ask me personally, just DM me on Instagram. I'll leave my link or username at the bottom if you want to ask about anything specific or anything that I've covered and you want me to touch on even more. I can always do. I can send you over a voice note and answer it in depth if you like, and that would help. I would say this is probably perfect timing, 28 minutes, which is just ideal. You're going to see one come from me and Louis, I think tomorrow, maybe. I need to check my phone. Maybe it's tomorrow. But when you watch this, it will be the same day, potentially, because it's going to come on Thursday. So, yeah, you expect a few more from me. But I'm going to keep these coming, to be honest. I'm not expecting thousands of views on anything, because I'm just not. But I'm still going to do them, because I get asked questions, so I'm going to answer them. And they're going to get seen by some people, and I'm sure some people will enjoy them. And if some people don't, fair play. I don't like people's stuff as well, so it's cool. No issues. Yeah, any other questions, guys, let me know. And that's pretty much everything, really. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Hope you have a great day, guys, whatever you're doing, whenever you watch this, be it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or one of the days. And yeah, we'll chat soon. Cheers, guys.